welcome to the first edition of SPiN TV. At SPiN TV, we'll be the eyes, ears, and voice of South Pointe students. I'm Katia George, and let's get straight to our top story. New safety and security measures may be on the way at South Pointe. 8 students were arrested after a brawl earlier this month. In response to the fight, Principal Marty Connor began with staggered dismissals. He hopes that implementing conflict resolution conversations will help prevent future incidents. Stay with SPiN TV for any new developments. The South Pointe family has suffered a huge loss. Today, we are reflecting and honoring the lives of Laquan Rambert and Lillian Williams. The two were killed in a car crash on Highway 5 in Lancaster over Labor Day weekend. 2 other students were in the car and are now recovering. Please pause for a moment of silence as we reflect on the lives of Quan and Lillian. We also pray for a speedy recovery for their surviving victims and families. To further honor the legacy of Quan and Lillian, we spoke to some of their close friends and teachers. Now to Gabby Hayward with the story.
Laquan, he was very intrigued in sports, as you see. He played football. Lillian, she was more so like she loved her friends.
To some, Quan was a shy, quiet young man. But to those who knew him, he was an energetic character with a big heart and a warm smile.
He brought smiles and love to the class, and even after I had him, he would come visit every day after school asking for candy, food, or anything like that, or just wanting a hug.
Lillian is remembered for her loyalty and blunt honesty. She was protective of her loved ones. She also loved music and always enjoyed a good laugh.
Lillian was a student that would come into the room. She was loud. Everybody knew she was there. She always had a smile on her face. She loved music. She always sang Shaggy's It Wasn't Me. Didn't matter what she was doing, work, just sitting. She was listening to music, always energetic. Every single day she would have a snack that usually consisted of jalapeno Cheetos and some type of Fanta drink that she loved to have.
He was one of the students that I unofficially adopted. I considered him like a son of mine.
Reporting for SPiN TV, I'm Gabby Hayward.
On September 11, 2001, terrorists from Al-Qaeda coordinated a series of 4 attacks, killing nearly 3,000 people. The terrorists hijacked several planes, crashing them into the Twin Towers in New York City and the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. The attacks have impacted families across the country, including members of our Stallion family. SPiN TV reporter Kimberly Vincent has more.
Katia, these attacks were a national tragedy. It impacted many people, including someone here that our faculty, students, and staff interact with every day.
Definitely a scary day.
September 11th, 2001 is a day Edward Antonelli will never forget.
When the attacks happened, I was in class. It was the 2nd or 3rd day of middle school.
At 8:46 that day, a plane hijacked by terrorists crashed into the World Trade Center. About an hour later, another hijacked plane collided into the Pentagon. Antonelli, who was right in the middle of the chaos, says he was scared and remembers not being able to talk to his mom.
Cell phones were starting to become popular, but I was so young, so I didn't have one. What I had was a beeper. My mom was sending me messages. Basically, the school wouldn't let us go home on our own. My mom is in Queens, and her commute is normally 45 minutes. It took her 7 hours to get to me.
3,000 people died in the attacks on September 11th. Antonelli says he is thankful he survived, and even though the pain remains 18 years later, he says he will never forget the victims and encourages everyone to do the same.
There should be unity in this country. Sometimes we feel pretty divided because there's just so many states and so many different opinions. But at the same time, we're all one country.
To learn more about 9/11 and different experiences from our faculty and staff, visit our page, spinwire.com. Reporting for SPiN TV, I'm Kimberly Vincent.
This broadcast is a product of South Pointe's new Convergence Media class. Dr. Connor has been taking steps to make sure we're always reaching 213 degrees. Thank you for your contributions, Dr. Connor. And thank you for watching this edition of SPiN TV. Make sure to follow us on social media at SPINTV1. And if you have a story idea, DM us. We'll have an email coming soon. Have a great week, Stallions.
it.